Hello everyone, it's me again, Nan, Nancy Finch, here to do my regular Nan talks, and everyone knows that Nan can talk. So, happy Monday to everybody. It's lovely to be here. The sun is shining, it's a gorgeous day. It has been raining and it's really cold, but it's a brand new start to the week and I love Mondays. And of course it's the 12th today, which means some of us are out of lockdown in England. It's as lovely, well, certainly better than it was. So there's a lot to celebrate, a lot of things going on, a lot of doors opening to new things. Really lovely. So it's a really nice brand new start to the day, the week. Just join me and we're going to be talking about lots of stuff today. So who's on here so far? Irene, oh bless you. You're always there remembering that I'm here on a Monday. Now, I didn't remind anybody today. I just wondered how many people would remember because there's so much chaos going on. People are back to work, you know. Hi, Irene, it's lovely. So people are really active and thinking about their future and everything, and it's causing a lot of people not to sleep properly. A lot of people aren't getting enough sleep, or the sleep they're getting isn't good enough. Oh, hi Kim, nice to see you. I like the hearts, thank you. Yeah, so people aren't really getting enough good quality sleep, or if they are getting sleep, they're not getting enough hours, you know, whatever. They're just waking up tired. Some people don't realise that they have disturbing dreams, even if they're aware of some of it. Hello, it's lovely to see more hearts here. Thank you, Jane. Okay, so people that are aware that they dream, this is a really good thing for you to be focused on today because it's all about dreams and what they do to us physically and emotionally. Now, they do quite a lot, actually. I talk about dream hangovers. You can have a good dream hangover or a bad one. And some people I know don't remember their dreams, or they don't think they do. But there's always a way around that, because people that don't remember their dreams, I've got a little exercise for them to be focused on, to kind of untangle some of the insecurity problems that might be holding them back. Anything that's physically showing evidence will be an indication of what emotion needs to be dealt with. So this is where I want to really work today. I want you to come and join me with your dreams as well. I want to explain a little bit about what it does to your body. Now, I know that when you wake up in the morning, oh hi Anne, it's nice you're here today. You wake up in the morning from a good night's sleep or otherwise, and you're waking up and you're thinking, now what was that dream about? If I was there, I was doing this or having that, or some really strange situation, and you think, I don't understand it. But what you can do is you can understand the feeling from it. You get a feeling that's left over from a dream. And it might be that you're waking up in an angry mood and you're thinking, oh, I'm frustrated, or something tense, some sort of tension in your body or on your mind. That's usually because we've had some dream that causes that feeling. Because we can wake up the next day and feel great. Most of the time it's because we've had a good dream. And as I say, even if you don't remember them, they're still going on. Everybody dreams. Not everybody remembers them. But the indication that you've had a good or bad dream is how you feel in the morning. How do you feel? Do you feel energized and happy? Well, you must have had a good dream. And we dream several times, as people know. So it could be that you wake up in the night and you feel anxious, and then you go back to sleep, and then you wake up in the morning, you might feel better. It might be another dream that leads on to it, because we go into dream states all the time. So what it does is, when you have a bad dream or a dream that makes you feel, what was that about? You can unpick it. You can have a look at it and dissect it, if you like. So you have to think about, what was that dream about? Like, I had one this morning that was, it was really weird, just before I woke up. And I was I didn't look like me. I was in this massive, massive, beautiful house with 3 children I didn't recognise and 2 dogs. And it was a really bizarre thing. I had this great big property and it was beautiful and lots of ground. And I woke up really confused. It seemed so real with all the detail. I was dreaming detail. And I thought, what was all that about? And then I undone it. I untangled it. And it's because I'm doing my house up, because I want to improve my surroundings. And as for the children, well, I've still got responsibilities with my adult children and my animals. One of my animals isn't very well, so I'm having to sort of deal with her. So even though it wasn't a cat I was dreaming about, or this house, it was represented by the feeling that went with this big house. I'm allowed to have a house that's actually quite nice to look at. But that's issues I had to deal with thinking, yes, it can be done. So you see, you're untangling it, realizing that it might be pressure, or it might be other things in your mind that you've got. It might be worry. A lot of people are worried, or they're insecure about change, and everything's changing. Oh, hi, Jane's watching. That's really nice. So everything's changing around us, but we might be worried about our children, our jobs, the money situation, if there's going to be another lockdown. You don't know what's going on a subconscious level. And 97% of your brain is doing all of this while you're aware of 3%. So you think you're in a good mood, I'm getting this done or getting that done, but there might be an underlying feeling in your body or your mind that's causing you to feel otherwise. So it might be that you feel somewhat, fearful that day. And you don't know until you untangle that dream. It might have been something that the dream was untangling on a subconscious level, bringing to the surface for you to understand and analyse and then correct. Because as much as we know what's wrong when we're feeling these feelings of anxiousness or pressure or worry or sadness or loss or any of those other things that might be not exactly good for our minds or bodies, we've just got to be mindful to let go of it, to have an action, to identify and then reform ourselves from that. So if we identified something isn't working for us and something isn't feeling good, then we have to breathe that out. So for instance, with mine, going back to mine this morning, it might be pressure to get it all done on time. It might be, it might be time. I've got a lot of things to do in a very short time. And so, I then think I've got lots of time and the pressure's off. But I breathe out the pressure, or I breathe out the time problem. So you just have to let go of it. And you can imagine, just as much as you can, take a deep breath, breathe out that dream, breathe out that feeling, because that's what we need to do. We need to identify and then reform, have a nice clean area of self. Otherwise, we're going to, by the law of attraction, attract more of what we've just been dreaming about. So take, for instance, you wake up in the morning, you've had a dream about some sadness and you're not aware of it. You just carry on through your day. Underneath the surface, the sadness. And guess where that goes? It goes straight into this immune system here. And different feelings have different areas of emotion here in this body. So, insecurity will affect this area. As I keep going back to this every week because it's important. We've got relationship areas, personal power. You might have a dream that you get lost somewhere and you're frightened of where you are. Now that's always in here. And that will always affect your tummy the next morning unless you are aware enough to breathe that feeling of fear out and take the opposite of that fear. What's the opposite? What you've done is you've cleaned up. Okay. Hi, Katie. It's nice to see you on here. This, as I say, is your immune system. So if I had pressure, time stuff going on, I would feel it here and it would affect my immune system. So what I have to be mindful of is to make sure I breathe away whatever is affecting this area emotionally and breathe in something good. Okay. And if you can breathe that good feeling, the correction in for more than 17 seconds, you're most likely not to attract any more of the negative feeling you were feeling by the law of attraction. So it's as simple as that. But it's not always easy to be mindful in the morning, especially if we've got lots of things going on or families. Oh, hi, Ellen. Lovely to see you. We're talking about dreams today and how they can make you feel good or bad. But it's not just a good or bad momentary thing. It's the whole day. Most people have a hangover dream all day long and they'll wonder why. If they were rushing in their dream, they wake up rushing and without realising it, because they haven't corrected that and pushed that thought away from them and corrected it with everything's fine feeling, they're going to attract more of the rushing. And you put this to the test. I know some of you, if you think about it, will have to agree with me with this, is whatever you're feeling, you tend to feel more of that day because you attract it. It's not easy, but it's something you must be mindful of because we bother to brush our teeth and clean ourselves and have clean clothes on, but we don't clean our emotions. And we're not worried. We're not aware of them enough. So it doesn't hurt for you to look at a dream and think, okay, that's another. I have that dream a lot, a recurring dream. It might be, okay, now why am I keep dreaming about water? water engulfing you, or getting drowned in water, or floating on water. And you might think, well, what is that about? If you don't understand that, you can always message me and I can always give you some explanation. For me, when I dream about water, it usually means that some fear of some change, because I can't swim very far. And so water would be really scary to me. I don't go swimming very often. So that for me is my fear. Okay, so when I have something else, I might be sort of thinking, oh, I've got to do this. Can I do it? Deep down inside me, little Nan might be frightened to actually even try and get that, whatever it is she wants. And so it might be fear of not being in control. It might be fear of not being able to help somebody. Any kind of thing like that. Don't judge it. Don't judge fear, worry, and all those other things as a bad thing. It's just... Oh, hi, Suzanne. It's just that those feelings have to be cleansed, because when you're thinking in the day, you have feelings in the day, and the feelings go down like a pond, right down to the bottom of your subconscious. And then in the night, your mind cleanses it. There's your dream to show you what's going on. And all you have to do is be aware of it to correct it. So what kind of feelings have you had? Now, if you narrow it down to, say, maybe 3, then it won't seem so daunting in the morning. So ask yourself, before you get out of bed or while you're getting ready, what am I feeling? What was my dream about? I mean, when I did psychology many years ago, my teacher, who's lovely, said there was a lady dreamt about going into a shop. And so she went into this shop, the hat shop, and she bought a new hat. And what her new hat actually represented was her new relationship that she wanted. She wanted a new image, a new self, a new start. So it's quite bizarre how we very rarely dream about what it actually is we need to either change or be aware of or to embrace, okay? You know, it's not difficult once you start realizing you might dream about the same kind of thing. If you have fear, you might have one thing that represents it. If you have pressure, you might find, I always dream about getting lost, or I always dream about falling down a hole or whatever, or losing people. All of that stuff, all of those feelings are something we can address. And if you can't get your head around it, you can always message me and say, I dream about this, I dream about that. Okay? And I can help you understand it. I'll tune into you and I'll help you untangle it. I had a friend of mine who had a dream about taking her dogs out for a walk, and the dogs went missing and she couldn't find them. She wasn't there for them. And I untangled it with her, and it turned out she was worrying about her children starting school again. And it's quite different from the images she had, but it was still her nurturing and still her being responsible and still her wanting to help, to nurture, to look after something that belongs to her, that was her, she was guarding and looking after her children, her dogs. It's the same thing. It's the same feelings underneath. So feelings are quite interesting when you start to unpick them, okay? It's not easy for some people because they're not always either, they can't reflect upon their feelings or they're frightened of their feelings. But the indication that might be good is to look at this little chart. If you look at where your body's imbalances are, if you've got like a pain in your legs or a pain in your arms or you've got a headache, that would indicate that your dreams are something to do with trust. They're in, and so it goes on. Trust, maybe insecurity. If you have issues in this area, or you've got tummy problems, or you find that your central nervous system is upset, it's usually this area, and that's always fear-based. Fear or control, or not feeling enough. It might be you're reinventing yourself. I've had a few dreams recently where that's been the bottom line to it. I'm reinventing myself. We do it all the time, and we're having to do this as we move through new changes in our world. So I would love to know about some of your dreams, because I have a little thing I've written out. Part of the book, The Choice is Mine, that I'm writing, and this is all about all my exercises I do on here are for that book. So I'd love to get your feedback. But basically, these are the corrections. These affirmations I've written are corrections to whatever physical imbalance you have caused by your dream. Okay? John, my cousin, just said, I dream about mum and dad a lot. Why? Well, it's because you would love to talk to them and to really put things straight, okay? I think when you have a dream like that, you dream about someone that isn't here anymore, this is collective for everybody, including you, John, but you can actually just write a letter. And as you write this letter, you explain and you talk as if they're going to get the letter. You never send the letter. You can burn the letter after. You've got to write your feelings out. This is about not being able to communicate and to hear the answers and to get solution. But if you write as if they're on holiday or something, they're not here anymore, but you're going to write. And you're writing about how things are for you and how you feel about everything. And at the end of it, either finish it with something of love or positive, something positive at the end would be good. And then burn it as if it's gone, as if it's just been delivered. This will definitely help you. This will help you in this area here. When you're dreaming about mums and dads and people that aren't here anymore, it's this area here. It's the green, it's the light blue, it's all of those areas. This is grief area. So you'll find that when you write a letter of all your feelings about how you feel from your heart, about your childhood, about things you wanted, and, you know, as if you can really communicate love to them. This communication of love to your parents or friends or wherever is going to open those two up. Now, to show you the evidence of this, if you're dreaming about this and you're not aware of what those feelings are doing to you, you'd have some imbalance here. So you'd have a stiff neck or your achy shoulders, or you might have a bit of asthma, or you might have the shallow breathing, or your immune system might be a bit low. Those are indications that this needs to be worked on. So whatever you're dreaming about has a place on your body. And all you have to do is be mindful. So if, for instance, as I say, security issues, be honest with yourself. Am I insecure about change? Am I scared to change? Do I want to move house but I'm frightened to? Or do I want to change my job or relationship? That's all to do with these areas of your body. And emotional areas. So if you can't really be healthy unless you're both emotionally and physically healthy, collectively as a team, you've got to be a team with yourself. So be a team with yourself. Be aware of what's holding you back by the dreams you're having. So who else has a dream they want to share with me, or a part of their body that aches or is a problem or has imbalance? Is there anybody with any problems in their body I can help them with understanding their dreams? I'll do a bit of a game with you. You tell me where your imbalance is and I'll tell you what kind of dreams you're having. Now, I do that a lot with my clients, actually. So, for instance, with John, going back to John, as there's no one else just come on here just yet, you need the blue and the green affirmations. And I've written this especially for dreams. So if you want to talk to me about that, I can send these to you, okay? So your own individual affirmations for your needs. So the blue is, I release feelings of hopelessness, self-restriction and emotional apathy. And instead, I choose to feel hope, liberation and emotional freedom. That is what we need to feel when we feel we can't communicate with somebody. That's why you need to write the letter, you see, John. Heartburn and lower back, okay? Heartburn here is in this area here, okay? It starts here. This is a green area. And lower back, if it's here, it's red and green. So this is about loss. This is about feelings that perhaps you could do a letter as well and write it and burn it, okay? This is about loss. This is about insecurity. And so lower back is all about moving forward away from those into new areas of yourself or your life. And this is being stuck and tired, because this is your immune system and this is your life force energy. So what you'd have to do is release those feelings. So how about you take a deep breath and you breathe those feelings out. Breathe those feelings of perhaps burden or sadness. When you recognise what it is that's causing it, you have some imbalance in those two areas. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a physical expression of it. Heartburn. Irene says heartburn, back pain, legs and night pain. Yes, well, that's this one as well. You're both the same, you two. So it's the green and the red. So you need to be aware of breathing out anything that, of say, a dream is mostly going to be about insecurity or change, or are you safe when you go walking? Are you safe when you go to the shops? It's those feelings. And then you might feel you miss people and you're lonely. Loneliness lives in here as well. And so you might not realize you're lonely, but in your dreams you might have some evidence. And certainly perhaps the fear. How many people are dreaming about wearing masks in their dream? I never used to, and then suddenly the past few months you're wearing a mask in the dream. And you have to breathe that fear out or that worry out, and then you suddenly realize that your body will feel better in these areas. Okay, it's just a little game you can play with yourself. Okay. Can't I cry? John says, why can't you cry? Well, people can't express their feelings when this one's shut. This one here is about expression. So your dream about missing people, for instance, going back to John, missing people, but not being able to be heard or validated. So this one's shut, and then we can't cry. Well, it's not easy to cry because you're not aware of how it feels, the liberation of sound, of feelings, of being able to say what you want. So if you've got a dream where you can't communicate and you feel you'd love to, it's usually this area here that's shut. So if you're aware, give me some funny dreams, give me some weird dreams, because I can tell you which area, as I say, they're affecting. So with water, for instance, there's always fear with me, and I can guarantee I'd have a tummy ache or something, but haven't dreamt about that too often lately. Okay. So Irene's got a problem, and that's in your dreams, I hope, that you're stating that. But okay. So in that case, that is definitely fear, and that's insecurity. So that's these two here. You'd be producing a lot more acid in your tummy with that one. So let's get rid of fear. Let's untangle it. If that situation would be you're not in control, so you might want to write these down actually. In the morning, have a pen and paper and write down what you're feeling, okay? So if you're fearing someone's pestering you or problem, like you just said, Irene, oh, okay, so it's not a dream. You may find, if you do end up dreaming about these things, you need to write it down to be aware of it, to cleanse from it, okay? I'll come back to your dream, Irene, your situation, but you do need to release yourself from fear. Identify those three things, maybe fear, insecurity, not being in control, and breathe them out. And then breathe in new energy of what you need: control, safety. You must realize you're safe, and you must tell yourself you are, because otherwise you're going to attract more situations around you, or certainly feel less safe as the day goes on. And that's not good for this area or that area. So Kim says, I dream about beaches a lot. Now, how do beaches make you feel? With me, water on beaches, a bit scary. What does it make you feel? Are you peaceful when you dream about it? Oh, you're welcome, Irene. Irene, come back to me and we'll talk about that later. So what do you feel from that dream? Okay, it might be, hold that thought, Susan. If I miss any of these and they scroll up, I can catch you later and I will definitely talk to you about that, as I always do afterwards. What does a beach make you feel like? For me, it can be peaceful, but if the water's too much, that would be scary for me. Some people are frightened of boats, or, how do you feel when you're on that beach? So it might be, if you're on the beach alone, you might need to have space with no people around. Peace of mind, maybe. What are you feeling when you're there? So it might be peace, or it might be abandonment. It might be, how do they make you feel? Beaches have a different effect on everybody. So dissect how you feel. If a beach makes you feel great, then you can write those good feelings down. I feel peaceful. I feel calm. I have space to think, whatever. Oh, okay. Different all according to the dream, but not bad. Brilliant. Kim's just said that she feels it's all varied, but it's not a bad dream. Brilliant. So now, for the good dreams, write them down. In the morning, not what you're dreaming about. It's not about a beach. It's not about a person you see in a dream or an image. It's never about that. Hardly ever about that. So 99% of the time, it's about something else, but it's the same feeling. So what are you feeling? So you might feel peaceful or content or happy on that beach. Write those feelings down and breathe them in. If it's a good dream, breathe them in. You're welcome, John. If it's a bad dream, you need to get rid of that feeling. Push it away from you and think, what's the opposite of those three things I'm feeling? I mean, if it's more than three, just keep doing this exercise. But it's really important if you have got three, at least it's a focus point, isn't it? for you to think, what else am I feeling? Because quite often we're not encouraged to look at our dreams, or we think we need a book with a dream explanation. But I find that everyone, for different reasons, have different emotional responses to things. Like a beach for me might not make me feel good, whereas it makes Kim feel good. It does actually, but there are other things. Some people might like swimming, and I don't like swimming. So that would mean, for me, that would be my representation at a subconscious level of what I need to address. And it would be fear or anger or worry. Actually, anger lives in there as well. Anger lives in here. It's really funny because sometimes if you get a dream that makes you feel frustrated, you're not getting what you want, which is what I had actually this morning as well, because part of this dream with the house was part of that. And I woke up in a very frustrated mood and I couldn't understand why until I went back to the dream. I thought, actually, I came back into this reality realizing I have so much to do. I know what I need to do. I need to tell myself, take the pressure off, it's easy. Okay, I feel everything is easy now. And you just lie to yourself about it. You correct it. You're cleansing from that thought or that dream, that feeling from the dream. Okay? So it would be interesting if you want to I know some of you have dreams that perhaps you don't want to discuss on here, but you can always private message me and I can help you understand what that dream means to you and how we can breathe that feeling away and breathe in a good feeling. You know, sometimes we have wonderful dreams and you wake up and you think, that was absolutely delicious. What a lovely dream. And it would put you in a good mood all day. That would naturally boost your immune system. That would boost your life force energy. That would make your whole body would work better because you're feeling good when you get out of bed. So the way to cleanse your mind from worry, stress, negative stuff. I mean, basically, I'm talking about bad dreams mostly today because they seem to have they obviously have a negative effect on the body, and it can be all day long. I spoke to many friends and people about this where they've all said, yeah, you know, isn't it funny how you wake up and you know that dream's not true and it's not happened, but I feel as if it has because there was detail there, because there was feeling in the dream. So analyze your dreams and work out, what am I missing? What am I not getting? It might be, what's the bottom line to it? And look objectively at it. You know, what is the feeling I'm getting? Don't think, why am I dreaming about, I don't know, orange pandas? I don't care. Whatever the bizarre, unusual, weird things you might dream about. Susan says she rarely dreams. No, that's something you do dream, but you don't remember it. It's happens to a lot of people where they're just not aware of that. Okay, there's reason why you don't remember your dreams. It's because the crown chakra here is shut. So if you were to think of the color purple, and before you go to bed maybe, and just think of that color, breathe that color into your head, imagine it's there, or you could do the wheel exercise that I taught you, or the purple when you paint the bell, like we did that last week. Is really lovely. If you did that, this would open, and then when this is open, you are able to remember your dreams better. It's only when this is shut you can't. I'm glad you mentioned it actually, because I would have forgotten to tell you that. But when this crown chakra is open and working, it's like having a little pressure valve thing, and you can get rid of all that pressure from your head. If this is shut because you're thinking a lot and you're worried about stuff, then this is it's going to be crammed in there. It's going to be like a cupboard full of stuff. And in the night, you'll have weird and distorted and strange dreams because all the stuff's falling out the cupboard, so to speak. So if you rarely dream, it would be interesting, Susan, to see if you could just do the exercise for sleeping, or to think of the colour purple, a bright colour, and imagine breathing it into here before you go to sleep. It would definitely help. I've found it helps with all dreams that you have. They'll probably be easier and less intense. Otherwise, you're looking at quite a good. Yes, Kim, it does work. It really does. She just said the purple bell does work. It does. As you're painting this bell, your mind is focused on the beautiful colour purple, and it activates this, and it gives you, your crown chakra, and it gives you a better night's sleep because your hormones are activated and release a natural sedative that goes down your spine. Most of the things I talk about will all link together, like a chain, like a box of tools, if you like, and you can use any of them or all of them according to your needs. Okay, But understanding your dreams are really important, because if you give me something that you dream about on a regular basis, I always go back to that, I always go back to this, I can help you understand that. And when you've got understanding, you feel in control of it. And then you can understand, you can move from there into a bigger sense of self-support and self-value, because you're looking at yourself and supporting yourself in a new way. When I was a little girl, I used to dream about the same dream every night. And I was about 7. And in my dream, I used to get into this little boat, considering it's water. And the water would be still and calm. And I would gently arrive at this beautiful bank, and there would be this beautiful house. And in the house I'd walk through, and the gardens were lovely. The same detail every night. If I woke up, I could go back to it again very quickly. In this house, it was peaceful. There was absolute peace, and there was space, and it was beautiful, and the birds were singing. And I remember thinking, what was I dreaming about that repeatedly for? It wasn't a premonition or anything. It was just a repeated dream. And I'd wake up from this dream feeling really good. And it was because I had peace in that dream. The house was big and expansive, and I could walk round, and I had peace of mind. I was safe in that dream. And I could get back in the boat and go away again. And every night I did this. And when I was a little girl, I had a very challenging life. Lots and lots of big issues going on that would make me feel insecure. So now I understand it. The repeated dream was because I needed to escape to a place that was really peaceful, unlike my home life at the time. So astral travel, says Kim. Wow, that's amazing. When you go astral traveling, that's another thing. People feel tired when they come back, because you leave your body and you end up sort of visiting people or places, and you come back in the morning, you're exhausted. But it's an interesting thing. If you can remember any of it, you have cosmic ordered yourself to be at that place. Your energy has been attracted to go to that certain area, either it's a place or a person. I know people that like to imagine or think that they can actually meet up with another person. You go to sleep and I'll meet you so-and-so, and they actually can do it. I haven't been able to do it. Oh, your dream, okay. Well, sometimes people actually, they have flying dreams, don't they? And that's actually astral traveling. So you might not know you're astral traveling, that's the thing. When you're to feel that you're astral traveling, you probably are. If you feel you are, as many people who are quite spiritual, they have dreams of flying, or they have dreams of looking down upon their world. They're always looking down. And quite a few people I know have said that they never understood why they had this flying dream, that they were floating over things. You most probably are doing the astral walkies, as I call it. You might be just traveling around, exploring on a spiritual level. So it does probably mean that, Kim. If you're feeling, let's go back to feelings. If you're feeling that you love this feeling of floating and flying above everything, if you love that feeling, like I do, then that for you would be liberation and joy and childlike freedom. And I remember loving that feeling as I was returning quite a few times to this flying dream, this astral walkies. I didn't know I was doing that. Even as a child, I used to do it. So if you do dream about something that you find as unusual, like, as I say, traveling over land, looking down like a bird, just think, what do I feel? Write down 3 things. So if all of you could do that now, or whenever you get a chance, write down the dream you last remembered, or a feeling, little glimpses of, little images maybe, or I dreamt about 5 minutes of this. What did you feel? Or how do you feel when you wake up? When you wake up and you're thinking, well, I feel a little bit tired or irritated or happy or energized or new beginnings. You can guarantee it's a dream that's caused that, because your mind is affected by what's going on in the day. You ingest that, it comes out in a dream, you're cleansing from it. But if you don't really get a chance to see the pattern of your dreams or what sort of dreams you're having, then you can not really give yourself a good chance to stay well in all these areas. You need to be aware, I'm always insecure, or my dreams are always about losing someone or being fearful. Address it, reform it, breathe out that horrible feeling, whatever it is, because it's not good for you, and breathe in the opposite of it. And you can have an affirmation that will help you. So going back to the red area that some of you had, like insecurity, new situations, etc. The affirmation you'd need is, I release feelings of worry and insecurity, and instead I choose to feel secure in all new and challenging situations. Now that's going to feel like a lie when you read it, as you know I always talk about affirmations that way, but your brain will believe you, and it will help to open up that base chakra. So wherever you're imbalance, any pain, any situation with your body, let me know, and I can always send you your personal affirmation that will help. If you have any weird dreams that you'd like to discuss with me, I'd be very happy to give you my comment and my help with that. So we can go to that whenever you want. So I'm here for you. I love being here for you. My dream. Oh, your dream, I mean. I'm getting confused with you, Kim. Sorry. So, okay. My dreams are very odd, and I love investigating what they are. Ignore what their images are. Ignore what's going on around you with the detail. Take notice of how you feel about the detail, but don't take it too literally, because it isn't that way. It's just the way. It's just what's happening is you are having to look at how it makes you feel, and that's where the key is, to open up and to change, to cleanse that area. And you must identify it first. But don't judge it. Don't judge it. It doesn't matter whether you have a feeling of insecurity again, or fear again, or anger again. Any of those feelings will affect your body, so I want to help you with that. But all you have to do is tell me, or to tell yourself, yes, I'm feeling that again. I'm going to dismiss it. That very action, that very thought, once you identify it, is enough to change you. And your dreams should get better as you go along. As you carry on with this game, your dreams should get easier. So especially if you're working with how to release the pineal and hypothalamus from the previous talk I did, you'll find your dreams will definitely become more vivid and less intense in their feelings. Because you'll probably find you have more good dreams, to be honest, because you're cleansing. You're not holding it all in. Otherwise, we ignore our feelings, we ignore our dreams, and they are so, so relevant to us on a physical and emotional level. So, but okay, so some of you have told me some about your dreams. I will try and answer you in full later. But also, as I say, if you've got an area you keep thinking about, or you keep dreaming about, let me know, and I will tell you what that means to you. Because I know when I tune into you, I'll be able to tell you which part of the body it affects and what affirmation and what words you need to release. Okay? So it's been lovely again. It's gone too quick. It's more than half an hour today. But I really love you being here. Please share this with your friends and family. If you've missed previous talks, or you want to go back to how to sleep better and release those hormones so you can dream certainly better or healthier dreams for your body, then go to my website, www.nancyfinch.co.uk. And it'd be lovely for you to drop me a comment to see how you've got on with the exercises. Next week, next Monday, I'm thinking of doing a thing called the Pollyanna exercise, which is about finding positive from negative. It's a lovely little story that goes with that, and how we can find 5 good things out of every bad thing. And I'm really good at that. I love doing that because it's fun. It's fun and it works, and it's great for your emotions and your body. So it'd be lovely if you could join me for that one. Share this, as I say, with your friends and family. I'm doing lots of online work, but I'm also doing in person now, allowed to work again. So if anyone needs treatment, let me know. And we can arrange that. In the meantime, stay safe and happy, and enjoy your week, and be aware of your dreams. If you want to jot them down, tell me about them, or you want to just write down 3 feelings you're feeling, I can help you with that. Release it, bring the opposite in. You're welcome, Annie. And you can always talk to me, private message me, because I am here for you. And as soon as you get a hook into understanding this, you'll be in control of it. Oh, you're welcome, Jane. It's lovely to be here. You'll be in control of everything in the sense of how it affects you. We might not be able to control out here, but we do in a way. What we bring into our life is important, and what we take into our bodies with thoughts and feelings is important. You're welcome, Kim. So have fun with this. Look at your dreams objectively. What, be a detective. What am I really feeling from that dream? And analyze it. And if you want any help with it, I'm here. But if not, we can always talk about that next week. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Oh, I talk a lot on here, believe me. But if you want to, as I say, private message me if you don't want to share it on here. I'm very happy to answer you later. Okay. Right. Take care, everybody. Namaste. Lots of love. And I'll see you next Monday for the Pollyanna exercise. Okay. Talking about that. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Lots of love.